Oh, the
Actually,
distillate.
what?
What is that shit called? A distillate?
This?
Yeah. What do they call like 98%? I don't know. Whatever the fuck.
Just a cartridge.
Yeah, that's Amber had a fuck ton of those. She had like probably like 500 of those things and was packaging them up to sell them. And they were that's why I'm getting it from. It was like 98 point something percent, and it said distillate.
A dissonant?
Yeah, it's like something like I don't know what word am I trying to say, dude? Do you know what word I'm trying to say?
Delinquent?
I really don't. Either way, this one's a CO2 extracted.
Right.
So it's
Distilled?
like
Oh,
super
yeah.
clean.
Either
not
way,
distilled, it's
welcome
like
to Stopgap, everyone.
You motherfucker.
It's
Right.
What a dick.
it's
such a-
February 7th. We got a lot to talk
That was a
about.
good
There was a
one.
lot that happened throughout the week. We got the Super Bowl. We got the fucking State of the Union. I'm sure somebody died somewhere.
Yeah.
I found out this week that Dave Mirra died. Apparently that happened like 2 fucking years ago. I was none the wiser. What?
Who is that?
Dave Mirra? You don't know who the fuck Dave Mirra is?
I mean, I probably forgot him already.
He medaled at every single X game from like the start of the X Games until
Oh yeah. That's why I don't know.
until
I'm an adult.
2014 or some shit, and then he got onto the Subaru America rally racing team. Super talented guy. Shot himself in the head.
Oof.
Oof.
That's
I get it.
Yeah, you hate to see it happen, Cotton.
But I get it.
Some selfish shit right there.
What do you mean?
You don't know what he's been going through. He actually was diagnosed with CTE, probably from falls on bikes and other extreme sports, because he was really into extreme sports. But he's like the first extreme sports person to be diagnosed with chronic traumatic encephalitis or something. Whatever the fuck. What NFL players are getting? No, it's not elephantitis.
It's elephantitis. It's elephantitis.
Chronic traumatic encephalopathy.
He's probably depressed because he can't fucking pronounce it.
God damn, that fucks your brain up, boy.
Yeah, it's more that it just kind of, I mean, it fucks your brain up pretty much. It affects everyone differently, which is why there's like no way to know if you have it or not until you're dead.
Yeah.
And then you don't even know then because you're dead. But they know, and they'll figure it out. And there'll be a conspiracy about it, and I'll believe it.
But yeah.
I mean, I kind of believe it just because, I mean, I've watched enough sports where it's like.
So he was super fucked
Oh, no,
up.
I believe it. I
Yeah.
believe it. But then if they said it's something else, I believe that too. Just whatever you tell me less, that's what I believe.
Well, I mean, like they're kind of doing studies on one guy right now from the Red Wings. His name's Johan Franzen.
I got those.
Okay, but no, like it's kind
Wow,
of.
you have a flag and everything because you got your Red Wings?
Yeah, I mean, it's game day, dude. I'm even wearing a shirt and a hat. Come on, bro.
Dude, what are you talking about?
I'm watching it right now.
Graham.
No,
that joke's falling flat, bro.
Yeah.
It's going flat. It's going nowhere. Thank you. Thank you for helping it out.
No, no
Thank you
way.
for helping it out.
What? What?
It's a
I'm not.
sad fucking
Okay,
story, you fuck.
It's
This dude
funny,
can't
the
even
guy's got a
recognize
Red
his
Wings
fucking
flag.
kids, you
I know
fuck.
that,
dude.
but it's
Graham,
funny
I
that
can't turn a turd back into a fillet. I'm
He's
sorry.
Yeah.
got a flag because he ate his girlfriend's pussy and it was bleeding, and he got a flag because of it. That's hilarious. If you would have gone with it, you know,
I don't
nobody
know.
knows what hockey is.
Okay, I was trying to explain a sad story
Yeah,
about
it's terrible.
PTE,
Whatever.
but okay, sure, dude.
Go ahead.
So Red Wings guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like he's not even 40 yet. He's 36. He can't even recognize his kids. Like he's been in a mental hospital in Colorado for like 3 years, and they're kind of doing an ongoing study with him because there's times he literally can't even recognize his family.
As he should. Hockey sucks.
Is that what Chris Benoit had? Yeah, I kill myself if I was a hockey player too. Is that
That's CTE though. Like,
Yeah.
shit.
Shit fucks you up.
is that what Chris Benoit had? Didn't Chris Benoit had that, and then like Junior Seau?
That's what Aaron Hernandez had.
Right.
Made him so aggressive.
Yeah, and then killed himself.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And then made him
I
depressed.
thought he
Yeah.
had like that
No, CTE.
The Brazilian cat AIDS.
Nope. Chronic traumatic encephalopathy.
You ever heard of Brazilian cat AIDS?
Dude,
That like 70% of Brazil has, and it makes. You know what I'm talking about?
no.
Look it up. It makes women really hypersexual, and it makes men super aggressive. And like 70 or 80% of Brazil has it. It's called.
That way,
I don't know what it's called. It's called.
that way every video game is telling me to go kill myself.
Yeah, well, it kind of makes sense with Brazil. Like all the dudes are like super aggressive, and the girls are like super sexual. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like almost all of Brazil has it.
Well, okay,
So,
if you look at Brazil,
I can't remember.
the first thing is just FIV, which is the
What is it?
cat version of AIDS.
Yeah, it's just feline AIDS, dude.
Yeah, the cats get AIDS, but they pass it on to humans.
They
and
vaccinate
then
our
it makes
cats
the
for
symptoms are
feline
that it
AIDS.
makes.
Yeah, should have
Well, not
vaccinated.
in Brazil. They don't. they eat them. They eat the cats on a barbecue. It never stops coming. Ever.
FIV can compromise the immune
Stop
system of
fucking-
cats. However, humans cannot be infected by FIV.
That's not what I'm talking about. Then it's something else. Read something else.
I know. I'm trying.
Just type in what does most of Brazil have. I'm telling you, if this is not real, dude, I'm gonna go fucking put my head in the bathtub, like face first, and just drown myself.
What
If this
does
isn't real,
most
then I
of
have
Brazil
it's a beautiful
have?
mind. It's legit a beautiful mind if
What does-
this isn't real.
Shows up a bunch of stuff
Um,
about Brazil.
Sounds like chronic traumatic encephalopathy, if it isn't real.
It's not though. It's not
Sure
though.
about that?
Somebody's got to know.
I'm sure that if
Yeah, I'm
you had
positive, because
chronic
it's not
traumatic
something like that.
encephalopathy, you wouldn't know that you have chronic traumatic encephalopathy.
I might have it. Can you
Same.
get it from like long-term abuse of chemicals?
You fucking might. I don't know, man. You get it from footballs.
have
It's
that
like a
shit.
contagious disease that's on footballs. It's something in the production
What?
process. Yeah, it causes your brain to melt, man.
That's not true at all.
It's,
And
yeah.
it's absolutely not. That's 100%
not even a little
false.
bit. Yeah.
That's,
See,
there's
I
not
still
even
know
a
that.
shred of truth in there. But I had you going for a minute.
For like 2 seconds, I was like, "Well, it is a pig. It might have trichinosis."
Fucking had
But
you going
I
for
don't know.
a minute.
Can vegans play football?
Oh, that's a good
What's his
question.
stance on that?
That's a
What's their
good
stance on
question. Yeah, what's a vegan stand or like baseball? Because the fucking wrap of a baseball is leather. What's their
Right.
are vegans allowed to play sports?
Yeah, like any sort, right? Isn't like rugby like leather too?
I mean, rugby. No, they've gone to
maybe
more like metamaterial, not metamaterials.
Rubber.
Yeah, rubber, acrylic, shit like that. Football, they kind of have too, I believe. Not
They
positive.
call it a pigskin though. If you're a
True.
vegan, you gotta be against that. Maybe that's what's his face problem.
Can vegans play the bagpipes? Is another question. That's another good one. Can vegans play the bagpipes?
Yeah, that could be a problem.
That could be, yeah.
You just
Yeah.
don't know.
It's like, what do you think, Lisa? You think they can or they can't? Because you're kind of a vegan.
I
Or
mean,
you're not at all, are you?
I mean, they
You're the
can't.
opposite.
They can't eat Jello.
Well, yeah, because
I'm
of the
not even
gelatin.
close to being a vegan.
No, I know. I forgot that you're like the other way around. You're the other side,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, dude,
Like,
she
my
only
doctor's-
eats rug.
My dogs or dogs. My doctor was like, "No, you need to eat red meat. Like, lots of red meat." Like, all right, great.
So you're
Not
into Native American dudes?
Yeah, because why? Why do you have to do that?
Oof.
My iron is too low, and I don't absorb it properly through other means. Sorry, it's not fun.
Have you tried an iron butt plug?
No,
Because
Oh,
I
she'd
know
explode.
your butt absorbs stuff. Like
I
this,
have
it's got-
Crohn's.
Yeah, her cheeks would explode, dude. Like you'd see
Yeah,
her like blowing up.
what's life like living with Crohn's? I'd imagine messy.
Just rubber sheets.
I have a bidet, man. We're good.
Oh, okay, okay.
Remember we talked about this.
Yeah, no,
Right.
yeah.
We gotta have our weekly bidet talk. Bidets are the best.
Man, they really are. If you're not living with a bidet, you're a fucking caveman. There's something wrong with you if you don't have a bidet. That's my humble fact, not opinion. That's just straight up fact. If you don't
What
have
if
a
you just have a
bidet,
hose?
you're a goddamn caveman. So the Super
animal?
Bowl sucked ass.
Yeah, it did, man. Ugh.
I didn't even watch it, and I know it sucked ass.
Yeah, no, I watched the entire thing and I have no idea why. It's so fucking bad. Like every Super Bowl's usually watchable at least, and this was just they had
Oh.
12 punts in a row.
Nah, man, it's Valentine's Day for dudes. It's the worst. It's a fucking manufactured bullshit, dude. I stopped watching it a while ago, but only because I'm a fucking compulsive gambler and I can't really watch sports anymore. But the it's just what happened with the ref where they were saying it was kind of like rigged.
Oh, that was
the Saints Rams.
That was
game.
the Saints 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
Yeah, the Saints
was
would have
that
at
all
least made losing interesting. So they,
Yeah.
Right.
they would have been.
Well, they're
nice.
used to it, right? That whole fucking city is used to losing, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah, but they would at least try it out.
I mean,
like,
they're not the Lions.
true, but like,
Dude, the
hey,
Lions
we've
are so
never
bad.
won a Super Bowl.
No, the Lions just get fucked over by the refs. Like the Lions are a fucking they're Exhibit A in bad officiating.
I'm not gonna disagree with you, but yeah. But like, yeah, that was a bad call, and yeah, the Saints probably would have been more exciting. I wanted the rematch of Chiefs Rams. That was the best game all year, easily, hands down. It was like both teams had almost 50 points or 50 points, and there was still tons of defensive action. It wasn't even like a good defensive game, even though no one scored. It was just, we can't make a first down. There wasn't sacks.
No,
Like,
it
there
was
was
like stalemate though
meaningless-
the whole time.
Yeah,
What do you-
like, it was meaningless interceptions except for the last one, and the rest was just like, we can't make a first down. That's
what do you?
it.
Dude,
What do you
if I could get like
What do you?
a yearly rematch of Texas A&M versus LSU this year.
Oh yeah, you're a college guy, right?
Oh, dude, I love college football for the sole fact that like that game Exhibit A why I love college football. It went to 7 overtimes.
Dude, that is
Hilarious.
that
That's
is something.
fucking hilarious, actually.
Honestly, no, that's
Do you know what
something
that would
I
do
want
to me?
the NFL to check
That's-
out.
That's why I stopped watching college football, dude. There's 85 fucking games a day, and I'm trying to get a parlay card.
Dude,
Do
it's
that-
so
do
it's
that
so
20
good
times.
because like you finish one game, you've got 3 more in the fucking day, and
Yeah.
then you're done watching those 4 games. Let's go watch the fucking highlights of all the other. Dude, I love college football.
How about rocking a 67 teamer dreamer on the parlay card? You gotta win them all.
I don't
60
gamble, so I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
It's a parlay card. You got to win all of them. And if you win all of them, you could put like $5,
Trying to bet on
$10.
every single game.
That's weird because
Yeah.
a parlay is actually meeting with a captain to discuss terms.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like a negotiation. It's not like
It's actually French for speak.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Well,
to speak.
Sounds
They call
like
it teasers.
Vegas didn't pass fucking high school French.
You
Like
think?
if you say
You
parlez
think
vous
you built
français.
it?
Have you been to Paris?
Have you been to
in Vegas?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Have you seen the guys that built this town?
They do have an Eiffel Tower. I mean,
Never been
Well,
to
yeah.
Vegas. Kind of proud of that.
Well, it's
It's
kind of weird.
a trash city full of trash people.
No, Reno's a
usually
trash
try to
city
go
full of
up-
trash people.
I usually try to go every year for the Super Bowl. Glad I didn't waste my money this year.
Yeah,
Can you
but
imagine?
Reno knows that they're trash people.
Yeah,
in
Vegas isn't trash,
city.
bro. Like, come. If you can't really say that anymore, it used to be.
It's
The
so
only
dirty
problem-
there.
The only, yeah,
What do
the
you
only
mean
problem.
dirty?
It is dirty.
It's
Okay, it's
always
it
dirty.
is always dirty when
It's
your
like-
main
Because it's
street
dust.
is literally covered in titty pictures. It's
That
dirty.
and well, there's also tumbleweed in my front yard.
Well,
Which
it's
is
not
weird.
even. It's not even meaning that kind of dirty. I mean, like
Oh, the hose.
always
No,
covered
I mean-
in, like dust and dirt.
Yeah, 'cause
Okay,
it's in
yeah.
the middle of
I
a
just
desert.
mean,
They have
like,
to
no, there's
repaint every so
Yeah.
often because it's just everything is just gross and sandblasted.
like it's one of those cities that no, you can have tons of fun in, but I would never go there alone or sober. Don't
Yeah, I
be
have
there.
been sober since I lived here.
I'm just
Yeah.
cool not going there.
Yeah,
Well,
I would not recommend it like super sober unless you have like a family or something to do with take your kids to
had
the
one of
Lego.
yeah, there's tons of shit for kids to do here, though. Tons of shit. There's just like shit everywhere. That's the problem. There's too much shit. I'm inundated with bullshit.
But don't worry, they'll get the Raiders and they'll still.
Dude, I'm
probably-
never going in that. The stadium's almost done. They started it a week and a half ago, dude. It's fucking ridiculous. I'm never going in that thing, ever. They're already putting the seats in it. Already putting the seats in. And it
Nice.
literally started. It broke ground like a month ago, maybe 2 months, and it's almost done. It's crazy.
Proxy.
Got my own team, little team of fact checkers.
Oh, I'm not fact checking you. I'm just.
Yeah.
No,
It's
I'm responding in chat.
It's the
right now.
Raiders.
Yeah.
You couldn't pay me to care about the Raiders.
I hate.
You
the fucking
couldn't. You
Raiders,
couldn't
dude.
pay fucking Raiders hometown to care about the fucking Raiders.
I hate the Raiders so much. I'm from the Bay Area, right? I'm like one exit from Oakland, where I grew up, and I fucking hate the Raiders. They left the whole time I was growing up. They weren't there, and then they came back, and all these assholes that were like Niner fans split and became.
Dude,
It's
so
like if
it's-
your hair was longer than your
Now
shoulders.
you got John
Dude,
Gruden.
sounds a lot like your dad.
Oof.
My dad?
Oof.
No. Are you talking about mine? No, that's one thing he isn't a dick about.
Oh man. Oh
You know,
man.
It was the worst. It was his worst Super Bowl. The people legitimately got excited over a punt. Tony Romo was
All right, that's the longest punt. All right.
yeah, like that was the exciting part. Was like, oh my god, it's a 65-yard punt.
That would have been one of the bets.
Don't talk shit about that fucking punt, bruh.
That would have been one of the bets on the parlay. Was the longest punt of the game over or under 35 yards or some shit like that? That would have been what the fucking bet would have been.
Yeah, that
They
would
would
have been a
have
good bet to take this game.
The Super Bowl parlays are weird, dude. They have like the coin toss, like anything you could possibly bet on. How many
Yeah.
safeties? How many everything?
It's like that for all sports now.
Do you think if it came out that football was like WWF or WWE, like fake as fuck, what would that do to it? Kill it,
Oh
right?
no, the fans would just deny it.
Like wrestling for hella
Yeah,
long.
no
Yeah.
doubt.
Do you think they really don't know, or do you think they're just like they're in that reality distortion field?
I think some bullshit it, but I think most know.
I
least I would
I
hope.
think a lot don't know, man. I
Yeah, I do
really
too.
do.
When I was like 7, I started realizing that wrestling was fake, and I didn't want to admit it, and I fought it for like another half a year. But then I was finally just like, these guys are assholes.
I still believed in Santa when I knew wrestling was fake.
Well,
Like that was one of the first things my dad told me because
Dude.
he didn't want to like he was like, "Hey, wrestling's fake." I came out of the womb, doctor slapped me, and my dad said, "Wrestling's fake." I went, okay, cool. Yeah.
like I said, he'd rather me be. Never mind, I'm not going to say this. That's way too far. I'll tell you later. Yeah, Amber's fucking mom told her boyfriend's son that Santa wasn't real. Why would she do that? She said
Sounds
she
like a
just told
shit
him.
person.
Yeah, she used to do weird shit to Amber too. Like that, like just weird shit like that. It's crazy. Why would you just tell a kid that's like 9 years old, like Santa's not real?
Why not? Fuck it. It's got to grow up sometime. Quit being a bitch, little kid. There you
Hey,
go.
kids in some countries are making shoes by the time they're 4.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
He's wearing
Yeah,
fucking
well-
Nikes made by a 6-year-old.
Yeah.
Write his name on some rice. That same guy.
Tell him his Christmas gift was made by a 4-year-old in China. And
He would have been like, rad, dude.
Yeah, like
Not by
Santa's.
Santa's
Tell
elf.
him Santa's not real. The elves
So-
don't make your presents. Fucking
So-
Cambodian children.
Yeah, Santa's elves are Cambodian midgets.
Yeah.
That's what the fuck is going on there. They're also
not
5
midgets,
years old.
Cambodian children.
Yeah, we just have to call them midgets though for legal reasons.
Oh. It took me a minute. I was like, what the fuck you talking about? But yeah, no, I get it.
Now you get it. Goddamn Cambodians. They're on our ass. Should get off. So, what else?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's mostly just this Super Bowl is shit.
Super Bowl was shit. The State of
Garbage.
the Union got real weird. Got real weird when everybody got up and started chanting USA. That was
Yeah.
fucking super surreal.
Cringy.
Like most things,
So,
I
like,
watched the highlights of it.
Every sports event that takes place in any other country.
All right, sports events don't take place on Capitol Hill.
True,
Yeah.
no, I know,
Yeah.
but it's
This is the
like
fucking-
that always happens.
This
Like-
is like a fucking apprentice.
Fucking
Like,
legal
was
action
anyone there that was like, not USA's not all that great? No, like
No, I know, but it's always like I love the USA chant, but it's always the weirdest thing
It's
to
so
me.
cringy.
We're not gonna cheer like the fucking people. No, we're just gonna cheer our country.
Yeah, let's cheer
love
us. Yay us.
That was so, dude. It's so weird. Like, oh man, and the video of it. There's like this one girl,
Let's see it.
this one old lady, in the front, and she's like,
Yo,
I'm
she was
like-
raising the roof.
I'm like,
Oh,
what
oh
the
God, that
I-
just gave me.
I-
Oh, I gotta go take a shower.
dude,
Oh.
it was so.
With Brillo pad.
Oh my
Jesus
God.
Christ, that's
Could
the
you
worst.
imagine being the fucking child of any of those people?
The only thing worse is if she let the fucking dogs out. Oh,
She
God.
started with the fists,
Oh no!
and then
that
she
thing
like,
was so late.
she went one fist, and then just
with the hanging
UFA.
swinging
It
underarms.
was so fucking
Oh.
weird. Yeah, let's watch that.
Yeah, let's do that so we can cringe the fuck out. I hate the raise the roof lady.
Oh man.
And the who let the dogs out lady.
Oh god,
Oh,
this is
God, that
it's
makes me
so fucking.
I need fucking Donald Trump to stop. Oh yo, I read up on that Donald Trump time travel thing.
Yeah.
Anybody keep looking? That shit is weird, dude. It like
Yeah.
really is a book. Like it really did happen.
No, it's a real book. I
It's
know.
crazy. Like it's so accurate.
There we go.
Let's watch it.
We'll watch this one. Oh, here it is. This lady right here. There he goes. There it goes. There's the fists.
Oh God, Peter. Barry Sanders is sick to his stomach. Barry Sanders.
That sounds so good.
Sorry, whenever anyone keeps saying that something's winning,
Oh man, this one too.
Oh. Click the audio. Click the audio thing. Share the audio.
What do you mean what audio thing?
Like when you're sharing the screen, there'll be a little square down at the bottom.
Oh,
that
it
says,
didn't. It didn't. Dude, it,
Yeah,
it
click
should
it.
be automatically sharing audio.
It's not though.
just whenever anyone says
All right,
winning,
there we
it's
go.
like I can't. You're not Charlie Sheen. You're not the right one. You're not the chosen one.
Yeah, you don't have tiger blood. Calm the fuck down.
Exactly. Like,
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh, this isn't even the right one. Is it? Yeah, no, this one is. This one is.
I love how like they all have to stand up.
Oh, there she is. There she is. I can fucking pinpoint her in a heartbeat.
I fucking hate that lady. I hate her.
I hate her so
I also
much.
love like how all of the people
And
like were white.
congratulations,
It's
that's
so
great.
weird.
Oh, let's watch fucking Nancy Pelosi fucking clapping at this motherfucker.
She was the show behind the
Oh,
show.
shut the fuck
in
up.
her-
Shut
President
the
Trump
fuck
proposed
up. Oh, I don't want to hear you. I just want to see this bitch.
But we must reject
Oh, here we go.
the politics of revenge, resistance, and retribution, and embrace the boundless potential of cooperation, compromise, and the common good.
I think he did her out. I think he
God.
might have.
Damn, she got
Just
his
the
ass.
sassiest shit ever. I love
He
it.
might have. He might have dicked her down, dude. You see that little point she gave him? That little look.
No, dude.
That was not a.
Oh,
go
do it again, dude. She
No,
gave him a
that
look
was-
like,
that
hey,
was
remember
not-
that?
That was not. No, that was the look of a mother, like her child made poopy in the toilet.
So you did good look.
Good
Yeah.
job. You totally
Yeah.
outlined
Like-
your hand with the Sharpie.
Like when I tell my wife like I swept the living room, she gives me that. Fucking great job.
Yeah.
It's. Oh man.
I don't even think she has a pussy. That's the weirdest lady alive, dude. Her face didn't move at all.
Dude, I'd hit it.
You would?
Yeah, I'd probably hit it.
Pelosi?
I'd
Dude,
probably
she's doing that
hit
clap
it,
the
dude.
whole time. No, you can just see her up close. She's probably got really thin skin on her face. You know that thin skin that's on old ladies' faces.
It's because Skittles has grandma issues.
Dude, no, I
You know,
think
like how some women have
Blue.
daddy issues. He's got grandma issues.
like
Yeah.
I'm just really into like that soulless look.
You like that thin face with that thin leg hair with the blue lines on it?
I don't know, man. She kind of like
Yeah,
she kind of like
Grimes has it. It's called a gilf.
nah. She kind of
Yeah.
reminds me of like
Yo,
the
hold on.
the
was
Harry Potter ghost.
What was that site Dave
Suck
sent
your
us
soul
again?
out.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, I get
The
the whole like
Dementors. The
dominatrix thing.
Dementor. She reminds me of a Dementor. Like she. I don't know.
We're not talking about dominatrix, are we?
I'm into that whole Dementor status.
No, we're not talking about Doms.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm not into it anyway. I was just kidding.
You want them to have a hollow look about them,
Yeah.
like
and
dead
like they have
shark eyes.
little bones too,
Yeah, like you could crack them.
and slightly see-through skin.
Yeah, translucent almost. That's what.
Yeah,
people-
because it's so thin, not because they're pale.
Is it thin because they have hell of plastic surgery, or is it thin just because of years of just hate and destruction?
No,
No,
it's
because
because
they're old.
as-
It's just they're old as fuck.
Yeah,
And the
as you
skin
age,
wore away?
you lose collagen in your skin.
Oh, so
It gets thin from it.
they have like
your
paper mache
elasticity
face.
goes, that's why they start sagging. Everything thins out. There's no collagen.
Oh, fuck. That's fucked. You can see their veins in their
It's
eyes.
just what happens when you get old, man.
Fuck that, not me. I'm
I mean, you do
Unless you're
realize
black, and then you don't crack.
she
Yeah, what's
is,
up with
Black
that?
never
He is
cracks, man.
78 years old.
Damn, she old as fuck.
Smash a 78-year-old.
Dude,
She is
I'd,
actually 78 years old.
Bro,
dude,
do
I'd
you know
take
what-
her down. Yeah.
No, no way. No
Oh,
way. Do you
yeah.
know what
No,
kind
for
of fucking
sure.
investment you have to make in Astro Glide? I mean,
I don't care.
well, then go in raw. Sound like a fucking squeaky toy.
Yeah. No, it'd sound like I'm starting up a fucking lawnmower.
Oh god, you get rug burn on your dick, dude. You ever had that happen? Get fucking rug burn?
No.
No?
No, he doesn't fuck the
No.
floor.
Yeah.
Why would you fuck the floor? What are you talking about?
Like I don't like rape people, so I'm
That's what I was thinking.
yeah.
That's what I thought you were going with that.
yeah.
I meant like rug burn, like actual rug burn. What the fuck is wrong with you guys? Like I meant like actual rug burn. Did you ever get rug burn?
You never mean anything on the face value of anything, Graham. You can't.
Yeah, I do. I actually did mean it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, we're 20-somethings that have never experienced rug burn.
I don't know if I have.
Have you ever stubbed your toe?
Yeah.
Good job.
Have you? All right, this
Yeah.
is going nowhere.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I'm swinging for the fences, and you guys are giving me no
I
fucking
know.
help.
Graham,
Well,
I'm
okay, do we wanna-
sure
do
you've
we wanna
given
start some real
girls
shit?
Some burning rugs before.
You're
Is
swinging
that-
for the
something, right?
fences, but you're really just fanning off the catcher.
I mean, okay,
Like,
you'll have fun with this. Let's all right. Fuck it. Why the fuck is that fucker from Virginia still a governor?
what is he doing? Now he's in blackface? This guy? Like,
Oh no, now his attorney general's in blackface too. The entire like state, all state officials, the entire head of state
funny.
in fucking Virginia is just fucked.
Yeah.
Their deputy governor sexually assaulted a lady back in like 2014. Their fucking governor was in blackface, and then he was like, "No, I wasn't in that one. I did
come back to
blackface a
that.
different time."
What? What?
Oh yeah, no, the whole thing's so fucked.
It's
Why
so
won't he
fucked.
leave?
That's
Why
the,
won't he
exactly
go?
what
Why won't he go away, that guy? What's
Who
wrong
the
with that
fuck's
guy?
who the fuck's gonna replace him?
Oh my god, it's so crazy.
Hopefully someone who apparently their entire school wasn't just dressing up like the KKK in blackface.
It's
Are you
insane.
talking about Virginia?
Yeah, in their
What- and then-
defense, it was Virginia in the 70s. Like,
Well, the best part is that the assistant or the lieutenant governor also has his own scandal going where he
yeah,
was
and the attorney
all-
general,
Right.
governor, and deputy governor,
yeah,
assistant
all
governor.
in a row. Like that's fantastic. You can't make this shit up.
Dude, Virginia's imploding. It's bad. It's
Yeah.
bad. Welcome back, Matt.
Yes. Sorry, we had some you know, we both work full-time jobs and we got a kid, so that the only times we have to talk about stuff sometimes is late. She had some stuff going on and we had some stuff we had to talk about.
Poor Virginia.
okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
trying to decide what we're going to do when our lease is up. Our lease is up in April. If we're going to stay here, if we're going to move, or if we're going to try to buy a house, and if we're going to keep the kid in the same daycare or move him to a different daycare because we don't really like this one. Don't know how much he's actually like. Everybody wants to say their kid's smart, but my kid's like fairly smart, and we don't know if he's beyond what they're able to offer at this daycare that he's at now.
Man,
So
I don't want to have kids. I don't want to have to think about that.
I never thought it was going to be that big of an issue, but it really, the problem is, well, he started at a Goddard school, which is like, there was one like right down the street when we lived in Delaware, and he started there, and those are like, that's like the best daycare ever, and everything else just hasn't measured up to that. And of course, there's not one anywhere convenient to us now. So
Yeah.
anyway, so we just had to have, this was like the only chance we had to like sit down and talk about some stuff. So unfortunately, as much as I love the show, like real life comes first.
Yeah, no, you're good. You know, keep over.
No.
We got you. You good?
Yeah. Anything else going on?
Oh, we talked about the shit Super Bowl. That was really bad.
Super Bowl.
I don't. You know what?
No, we didn't
Sometimes it's
talk
nice
about
not
the
following
halftime.
American football.
We didn't talk about the halftime. You're right.
Dude, I don't get. You guys realize that this football score was like a soccer score.
This was the lowest scoring Super Bowl of all time, right? I think I read that somewhere.
Yeah, it was also the
it
most
was.
boring fucking Super Bowl of all time.
Well, oh, what was the joke I saw online? These teams are playing like they know the winner has to go to the White House to meet Donald Trump. Like nobody wanted to win. I was like, that's pretty good right there. I wonder if he's going to get them the fast food menu.
Oh man.
I don't think we ever talked about that when that happened.
Just the
No.
McDonald's smorgasbord for Sunshine.
McDonald's, Burger King, and Wendy's. Like everybody thought he was joking around until they actually got there.
Probably because like he had already made news for something fucking stupider after that. Like it's
Probably.
so hard doing a weekly show because so much of the shit that happens throughout the week is just overshadowed by other stupid shit that comes out of this administration.
Yeah, whatever the next thing that's going to happen is.
Oh yeah, speaking of the next things, an investigation's been opened into Trump's personal finances, along with his campaign inaugural committee or an inaugural campaign fund, some shit like that. Because I don't know why this hasn't been pointed out until now. He raised twice as much as the highest campaign fund previously. Like, how the fuck has that not been pointed out? I know I've met plenty of Trump voters. They don't have much scratch to contribute.
Yeah, but you're forgetting about what the Koch brothers can generate.
What they used to call me and my brother.
Nah, like it's just there's so much news in the Trump campaign, so much.
Yeah, and it's going to stay like this too. It's not going to like let up.
I fucking want in. I want to know what the fuck's going on. Like, and it is kind of sketchy that like he refuses to release his tax returns. Like literally every other he's the only president that hasn't released his tax returns.
I heard he agreed to do it though. He agreed to do it like, today or something, I think.
Well, we know how he changes his mind on things.
Yeah, no, his word is bond, dude. What are you talking about? His word's everything. This guy's a fucking joke. This guy's hilarious, if you ask me. If it wasn't like our country going down in flames, then I would think it was pretty funny.
I feel like that's everyone. Like, oh man, if our country wasn't the laughing stock of the fucking world right now.
Russia, they interviewed, I saw this thing on the internet today on Facebook or YouTube, and they were interviewing just Russians on the street, right? It's like a Russian man on the street interview. And they were saying, say something to the United States. Every one of them was just like, oh, you got to come here. We have them all wrong. It was the basic general feel. We have the Ruskies all wrong. Probably do.
I think we have the average Russian on the street, like the average person walking around Moscow or Kiev, like they're probably perfectly nice, you know. I mean, people are people pretty much anywhere you go. You know what I mean? But
I like. Hold on, I like that subtle little joke. The average Russian walking around, like in Kiev, or on the borders of Ukraine.
yeah, I couldn't remember that, like where the board, like where all that is right now. You know, like I think that's probably, you know, like I think probably, yeah, that's all. But as far as like what the ruling elite and the oligarchs have in mind, I think that's something completely different.
I mean, that's just government. Like, look at the fucking no deal Brexit and shit like that. Holy shit!
You know, and my thing with that is like I really can't tell if the average Briton actually wants it or not.
I mean, I feel like there was just a bad turnout for the referendum. But if it went to referendum now with the fucking no deal shit that they're doing, it'd be shot down immediately. Immediately.
Yeah. It's just like when it happened, like you know, it was pretty resounding for Brexit, you know, pretty resounding for Brexit. But like you said, there weren't the actual turnout wasn't that big. But at the same time, like I said, you know, I don't have any UK contacts that I talk to on a regular basis. So I don't know what the average man on the street there thinks about it now, you know what I mean? Or thought about it then and thinks about it now. So that one I really like. I think it's a bad move personally, but that's me. It's not my country. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know enough about it to really weigh in, but I know the no deal shit is just fucking them over. I know that like the major people that campaigned for Brexit fucking jumped ship.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Which is that's never a good sign when the people that are campaigning for something super hard are the first ones to roll out once it happens.
Yeah. Say what you will about Trump, but he at least fucking stuck to his shit.
Yeah, no, the people for Brexit who were like the head campaigners literally thought it was never going to happen and half did it as like a joke and immediately left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're like, we don't want to have to deal with the.
Yeah, like they were like, I don't know if we actually even wanted this, and then dipped.
Right. Which just goes to show government by meme is not a way to govern.
Oh man,
which is what we're dealing with.
I don't know. The entire global political system's all fucked, man. Everything's fucked everywhere. Except Canada. Canada seems pretty decent these days.
Sweden and Switzerland, they're both pretty good.
Well, yeah, but they're like, they're. It depends on your stance on socialism whether those are great countries.
Also, their platform for it wouldn't work in a larger country.
No.
You can't apply that to.
No.
That's why socialism wouldn't work for America. Like full socialism wouldn't work for America. I think socialized healthcare would, but full-on socialism wouldn't. No, there's too many fucking people.
Yeah, and we've built our, like, one of the cornerstones, you know, love it or hate it, is the American spirit of independence. Everybody's the captain of their own ship, able to do what they want. So
I will say, in the best though, you're kind of wrong there.
Socialism, no, it's. Okay. Socialism works in places, but the thing is, when socialism doesn't work, that's when you hear about it. You don't hear about like when socialism does work, like Sweden and Switzerland.
From America's standards, everywhere in Europe is socialism. In Europe, it's just viewed as their view of capitalism. If you still have capitalism as a base, you can have some of those ideas and work. And it's proven to work over there for a long time.
There's no way we'd ever be able to get those sorts of tax rates passed, that we would be able to implement that. And that's what it comes down to, is the money. You know what I mean?
Like, but
Which is always weird to me,
people don't realize.
Standard of living.
Yeah, but people don't realize, like, you're already paying that for these services.
Yeah.
Like, you pay a water bill. You pay a water bill that's $50, $60 a month. You pay an electric bill that's $100 a month.
Where
Like-
do you live that it's $100 a month?
Oh, my electric is more than that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like
It-
But say I'm moving. I was
in-
about to say I'm moving there then.
In the spring here, because well, like, and right now, like this week I've probably used like $15 in electricity because it's been like 75 degrees all week. But no, my electric bill's like $260.
Okay.
I haven't paid an electric bill since I moved into this apartment.
I hate you. I don't want to talk
No,
about electric
You know
bills.
what? I don't under, I have tried to sign up for Con Ed out here, and every time I try, it won't let me.
And
The
Indy's
site
best.
glitch-
We fought to end communism and socialism because that was just what the Russians were doing. That was what the
We
Cubans
more
were
fought.
doing.
We more fought.
Like,
That's okay. Here's my biggest issue. There is a vast difference between some socialism and full blown communism. We
Yeah.
fought to end full blown communism.
Right. Yeah, like personally, I would not have an issue with paying. My issue with paying taxes is I don't feel like I get my money's worth out of what I pay.
No, we
right?
don't.
And so I wouldn't mind paying European rates of taxes, provided I
value
got
on it.
European rates of, provided I got the European rate of services back for my taxes. You know what I mean?
Like it's a balance because that's how I view it. I'm very pragmatic. I want to pay as minimal as possible. If that means I'm paying more in taxes, but it's less than I'm paying with less taxes and an extra, I'm going to look at that as a good thing for myself.
Right. If I'm not having to pay for, if I'm not going to have,
But that's
crippling student,
also hard.
I'm not going to have crippling student loans for the rest of my life. If I'm not going to have crippling medical expenses because I got sick, you know,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
No,
if the,
Indy's-
if
okay,
the roads
sorry,
are actually in good condition, so my car's not getting beat to shit every time I drive down the road, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. No, like but it isn't. It is a really hard thing to do.
Yeah.
And it's a really hard thing to do appropriately. Like, ideologically, sure. I think it's great. Is it ever going to work in America? No. No. But no, sorry, Indy's best. There's a vast difference between communism and socialism. I don't know what else to tell you.
All right, let's see.
Wismec MyJet. If anybody can find one, these things are awesome.
I can't. Damn. I can't find a list of. Because
What's it called?
the
Wismec
the
Digest. You
Wikipedia
want one?
list of socialist states is like, it doesn't have the majority of states and countries that actually have
Well, it's 'cause
just have socialist applications. They're,
Right, 'cause
they're
that's-
talking about full blown like Marxist socialism,
Right.
which
And
yeah, that
that's
shit
getting
doesn't
into
work. That's communism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
you don't
just-
impress me.
Everything else is just literally every other Western capitalist country we would call socialism.
Yeah.
You need to
And
learn
it's
how
still a capitalism.
Primarily like the Scandinavian countries. The Scandinavian countries are the top, and then most of the rest of Europe would classify in there as well.
No, it's literally everyone but us.
Well, the Scandinavians do it the most. They have like the
Yeah.
hardest, like they have the biggest form of it. But then you also look at what their population is.
Exactly. Because no, like our average taxes, if I remember right, it's about 25%. Next closest, I think, is Canada. That's 32, and then most of Europe's 35 to 40.
Right.
Medicare for everyone wouldn't bankrupt us if everybody was doing it. That's the point of
Yeah.
It's literally health insurance, just that everybody gets it instead of having to go through Alterna or whatever the fuck. Altera, whatever the fucking major conglomerate medical insurers are. Like,
Yeah.
That
It
shit
would-
sucks, dude.
it wouldn't bankrupt us because it's already a system we have in place. Like,
Taxes used to be a lot more back in the day. Is it true that when like Kennedy was president, it was like 70, 80, 90%, something like that?
yeah, or something.
Is it
Wait,
true?
no, I don't know.
I heard that. I've heard
How
that.
how do we pay? How do we
89%.
pay for healthcare for all? We tax corporations. We make the businesses pay for the fucking healthcare for all. You think McDonald's can't afford to give their people healthcare? We make them pay a tax, since they're one of the major employers in this country. We make Walmart
Yeah.
fucking pay a tax. We make Amazon pay a tax. Like, there's so much money in the hands of so few people.
It's like,
like-
one It's like 40 people have most of the money.
I don't know. Like the richest 0.1% has as much money as like the poorest
The rest
40% of the world.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, no, but don't say the
From
rest.
Coke.
No, don't say the rest of us, because basically, if you're in America, you are in the top 10%.
Yeah.
Like even if you're at poverty line or under poverty line in America, you're still top 10.
And places with socialized healthcare, places with healthcare for all, don't have extreme healthcare costs. That's
Right.
what inflates the healthcare costs, is the fact that we have private health insurance companies.
Well, it's partially that, but it's also we keep fucking it up. We keep changing it every 4 years, and then we do stupid things like the Medicare Modernization Act, which sounds great on paper, but was fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's just
Like, oh yeah, we're gonna make a bill that says we have to pay for Medicare for old people, but we can't regulate the drug prices, and then wonder why all the drugs went up by like quadruple the amount the next day. Yeah, that was smart.
There's a series on Netflix called Dirty Money that it's a bunch of different episodes just following like all kinds of different like shady money things, and one of them was on Martin Shkreli and like raising other drug prices and everything. But it gets into like that whole deal like with the Medicaid Modernization Act as well. Like it doesn't only, he's the main focus, but it also breaks down like how it got to be like that.
McDonald's would never leave this country. They have a carte blanche here. Do you think they could go to any other country and not get regulated the fuck out of? With all the health problems that they cause single-handedly?
The Medicare Modernization Act was fucking appalling.
I mean, but
No, it's a good.
I'm talking to
carte blanche.
like, yeah. I mean, it's unhealthy food, but like that's also like
On the person.
people have to consume it for it to be a problem.
True.
You know what I mean? Like, and I'm the first one. Like, I had a McGriddle in December. Like one morning, I was up and visiting the in-laws, and I was over at my parents' house, and I was going over there to pick the wife up, and I stopped at McDonald's and got a McGriddle breakfast meal, and it was glorious. But then that's the first fast food I've had in probably like 6 months.
Yeah, America already has a socialist. The basis of America is a socialist system. Like, what makes America America is a socialist system. The military. The military is 100% socialism. We get free healthcare. We get free schooling. We get a stipend for housing. We get a stipend for food. Like, all of our basic needs are paid for by the government.
I've always wondered if we should do like the mandatory government service like other countries do.
Too big.
That's always been my thought, but I think it would
many
actually probably be beneficial.
So many people.
It could be, but I think
it wouldn't necessarily have to be. It wouldn't necessarily have to be military service. It could be like Job Corps or.
I think though. Don't get me wrong. I think we do go to that if we end up with war with like China or someone.
Yeah.
Like, or like a country of that stature where it's not a question of technology, it's a question of manpower.
All right, how do we pay for healthcare for all? First of all, you gotta stop. You gotta fucking.
You repeal the you repeal MoMA first off. Holy fuck, dude.
You put costs. You fight costs on the drug companies are putting out.
Yeah, no, dude.
Like,
okay, that's what
the government can absolutely regulate that shit.
Yeah.
They can absolutely say no. Insulin shouldn't be $800 a month.
Exactly. No, that's literally why drugs are cheaper in every other country than America. It's because all of them have set regulated costs. And then we did MoMA, which said we have free reign on drugs, but we have to pay for them, and you can't go to any other country to buy them. So if you repeal MoMA and say you can regulate the costs, no, you can tank those costs of how much the drugs cost.
Okay.
We seriously pay like 6 times the amount that Canada pays for the same exact fucking drug.
Yeah. Part of your taxes should go into healthcare. What else? I don't know. I'm not a fucking politician for a reason.
Sorry.
Well, I mean, corporate tax. Corporate tax.
Absolutely, a corporate tax.
Well, and if it's a single payer system, then that would allow regulation of how much actual like procedures and hospital stays and stuff cost as well, because those get absolutely insane.
We can regulate that as well. Like that can be regulated.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's going to help to bring the cost down. Look, as an example, back in my day before I got sober, I got taken to the hospital and was made to take a bunch of drugs. Like somebody was concerned about me, so I got taken to the hospital, and then I ended up having to go to the inpatient for the 72-hour hold or whatever. But prior to you go to the hospital, and I told them, they were like, "Have you taken anything?" I was like, "No, I'm just drunk. I've just been drinking. I've been drinking for like the last 3 weeks or whatever.
4 years.
Whatever. That's what I do. I've been on a binge for like the last 3 weeks or whatever." But they gave me a drug panel test, and then an ambulance ride from the hospital to the inpatient. And so when I got the bill later, the bill ended up being like $7,000, right? And I'm just like, and so the emergency room fee, the doctor fee, the ambulance fee, but then the drug tests that they gave me were they didn't run like a multi-panel. They did individual panels for each one of the drug screens, and it ended up being like almost $1,800 just in drug screens, which like is not a reasonable price to pay. Like if I'd gone to a different hospital, like in a bigger town, like those would have been a couple $100s a piece. Max.
Yeah, they do that. They do that though, dude. You go in for like herpes or gonorrhea or something, and they give you all the tests.
Yeah,
here's
I
the
understand
solution.
that. Like they can't believe me because obviously like somebody's concerned about me and I'm drunk off my ass, so they can't believe me that I'm going to tell them that I took some other stuff or whatever. But what I'm saying is like the pricing of that, because
But if you know you have gonorrhea,
because this was a little hospital in Florida, like in the panhandle of Florida, and like I've been drug tested at like a bigger hospital in the DC area before, and the price was like a quarter for the same amount of tests and everything that they ran. But that's their prices down there. That's what they charge for it. You know what I mean? So like if you have stuff more uniform across, you're not going to, and like you'll see every story on the news or whatever, and it'll be like somebody's crazy medical bill, and you look at it and you're like, this is completely out of hand, like what's being charged for these things. And then they go and they talk to the hospital about it, and they get it all knocked down to reasonable prices. But it shouldn't be billed that in the first place. Like these need to be, it needs to be more of like a set, like what stuff costs.
Yeah.
Personal opinion.
And or how about instead of like healthcare for all, we get healthcare for children and those who won't be able to get healthcare when they turn 18, like people with cerebral palsy or muscular dystrophy or Down syndrome, the shit that bankrupts a family, taken care of.
Chlamydia.
Well, you're supposed to be. I think that's you're able to get on Medicaid.
Yeah, but
for that,
Medicaid's shit.
Yeah, and the problem with Medicaid is because they have a set price that they pay, so a lot of doctors don't take it because those prices aren't what they can charge or what they can, what they think they should be able to get for this stuff.
Yeah, but what they're getting doesn't cover everything. It's only covering like the cost of like going to the doctors or your medication. It's not covering the cost of like, let's say, having a nurse that has to take care of you because you can't take care of yourself. Like, there's a lot of aspects of it that aren't covered by
and
that.
like most of those parents can't afford to get a job can't get a job because they can't afford a nurse because they can't leave their child at home to get a job, so they can't get a nurse. Like it's a cycle.
Yeah.
We pay like 3 times the amount anyone else does in some countries, like 5 and 6.
Who's gonna break that cycle? It's up to you. It's up to you to break that cycle.
Yeah,
dude, repeal MoMA. Repeal MoMA.
What the hell does the
even with this?
What does a museum have to do with it?
Even with the stuff that's wrong, I'd still rather be poor in America than be poor in Mexico.
That's right.
No, yeah.
I'd rather be an 80-year-old me than a 20-year-old
It's also a lot
you.
harder to be poor in Mexico. If just speaking, like, if we're not speaking proportionally, because a fucking poor American can go to Mexico and live a middle class life.
Well, yeah, and if you look at a poor Mexican, that's like way poor. That's like super poor. Like, yeah, poverty level is like rich there. Where else is it like that? South Africa is like that too, right? Not the poverty level, but like the dollar is worth a lot more than the South African dollar, right?
I don't know if it's still
it used to be, right? Like it used to be a thing where it was like 10 to 1.
Most definitely.
That's dope.
I don't know what the current conversion rate is on the
That's why they had that crazy accent. Everyone moved there.
Well, like which country?
South Africa.
USD to South African.
I know, like Australia's not that much different.
73 cents.
Oh, that's not bad. It used to literally be like 10 cents.
Yeah,
it's 13 rand to $1.
Right, yeah, 73 cents. 1 rand is 73 cents. So it's about the same as Canada.
No, that's not right.
That's what Google got me to.
One United States dollar equals 13.65 South of African rand.
Well, you go the other way though.
Yeah, I went the other way. 1 South African rand, it ends up being 70.
No, that math does not add up.
You're right.
Yeah, I think
okay.
7 cents?
I missed the 0.
Hey, that's not. What about Folkart trying to show everyone how to do a dilution?
Yeah.
Did you see that? Did you see Folkart trying to teach everyone how to do a dilution, and he ended up doing 1%? And like on the podcast or on the episode, it's fucking hilarious. I think Matt Savage caught it.
Honestly, we're all fucked.
Yep.
We're gonna lose to China.
But everybody's fucked up. Everybody's fucked up a dilution when they're trying to. Everybody's done it sometime where you're this much nicotine, and then you like, oh wait, that's
1,000%.
I just made 30% nicotine, not 3%. Yeah, everybody's
cut that by another 10.
Oh yeah, it's kind of the same. China's going to beat us because you know why? Because we're allowing them to build more China in the middle of the ocean. The fuck's going on there? How come no one's talking about that?
Guys,
that's a big deal, dude.
Give it a storm.
Sure. You know what they say?
What are they doing?
I mean, they're building more China.
China's building islands in the South China Sea,
but they keep moving closer
in order to spread their territory.
They're dope, though. They're dope, dude. I want one.
What? They don't have enough?
Go look at the islands that China's building in the South China Sea, and they're like claiming just land. Like they get closer. I guess it's 200 nautical miles if they get. So they're getting within 200 nautical miles of like other things.
Like
so they
Taiwan?
can claim that. Yeah, like Taiwan and the Philippines.
Yeah, no, India's got it right. No, they still want Taiwan.
Yeah,
they still want Taiwan #1.
That's all. Just a play for Taiwan.
They're still irritated that they had that made in Taiwan sign.
Isn't Taiwan technically a Chinese?
Independent?
Depends on which country you ask.
Exactly. Like, who's the leader of Venezuela right now?
Taiwan has claimed itself independent for like the past 40 years.
Right. I mean, it's officially the Republic of China because that's where everybody fled during the revolution, the World War II, during like the multiple civil wars and everything.
Because they did that wave warfare. Shit was insane, man.
They're also making plays onto the Philippines too, though.
50,000 screaming Chinamen. Fuck, could you imagine that? That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, but China's like, no, that's definitely China. They're just a rowdy. They're getting rowdy. They're just like our teenagers.
Yeah, they have so many people, dude.
I was surprised the handover. I was kind of surprised the Hong Kong handover went so well in 2000.
Yeah, I guess it's okay to be there. I guess like when Macau was opening, like all the casinos were opening in Macau, we opened a couple properties there, like MGM Mirage, and they were sending a bunch of people over there. And like everybody that went over there said it was cool. Said it was like, it's cool to live, but I don't know. I don't know. I'd be nervous all the time.
I would.
Would you go live there?
I mean,
no.
No, probably not.
No,
they were offering a lot of money, dude, to go and open these casinos over there, and I don't know, no way.
The PRC supports a version of the One China policy, which states that China and mainland China are both part of China, but that the PRC is the only legitimate government of China.
what's Macau? Because I know that Stanley Ho and his daughter Pansy Ho, they run it. You know what I mean? They're gangsters. They're like legal gangsters, I guess, from what I hear.
That's an unfortunate fucking name.
Well, Pansy Ho, yeah.
Pansy Ho.
Stanley Ho and Pansy Ho, they're like triad or something, or Yakuza or whatever the fuck the Chinese ones are. But that's the difference between the Chinese, like when Vegas was built, they paid the government to look the other way, and when Macau was built, like they are the government, the gangsters.
It's an autonomous territory.
Macau is.
Yeah, but it's the Macau Special Administrative Region of the People's Republic of China, but it's an autonomous territory within. So essentially, they let them do their own thing unless something gets fucked up, and then they're going to run through. Now, it's only set to run as a special administrative region through the 20th of December 2049, which was kind of like the same deal that they had with the Brits for Hong Kong, where they had it for like X amount of time.
So then what happens? China comes in?
Either they'll renew the
deal, or they'll
the agreement that they have, the joint declaration, or they will take it over. Yeah, Macau maintains a separate political and economic system apart from mainland.
Yeah, slightly. It's literally run by gangsters, and everyone knows it. Like everybody knows it.
It's the gambling capital of the world.
Yeah, it's by far the gambling capital of the world. They were pulling in like $1 billion a day or some bullshit like that, some crazy number. Like
its GDP per capita by purchasing power parity was higher than any country in the world.
Even bigger than Dubai, huh?
Metropolitan area in the world.
Yeah, it's crazy. We went in as soon as, I guess I don't know what they did or how they got it, but as soon as they got it, it was like instantly casinos were going up over there. All the major players were putting casinos up. But and they were doing things where they were paying you like huge.
Is there any other major players anymore, or is it just all MGM?
It's MGM Mirage. Harrah's is real big, but it's
But doesn't MGM own the Mirage?
Yeah, MGM and Mirage merged, and they call it MGM Mirage.
Okay, that's what I thought, because it's like, I was gonna say, at this point, I thought MGM literally just owned everything.
Yeah, and they own a lot. They own a lot of the like Vegas, but Harrah's is real big, like worldwide and internationally, and domestically. But also,
Stanley
Ho.
Stanley Ho's daughter Pansy Ho owns the MGM Macau.
Yeah, she's partners with MGM Mirage.
She's worth $5.3 billion.
Yeah, she's a straight gangster. They tried to, when Steve went over there, they blew him up. They tried to kill him 3 times. They blew his car up all 3 times.
When who?
Steve Wynn, the one that owns he used to own the Mirage and Bellagio, but he doesn't own any of them now. He got sexual harassment charges during that Me Too thing, and they totally took everything from him.
He doesn't know. Is it?
Nope.
They don't still have the Wynn itself. Oh.
Nope. They made him get rid of everything. It was like a real quick thing too. Like they must have had shit on him because he was doing crazy shit his whole life.
God damn, that water is brown.
Where, Macau?
Macau, yeah.
Oh, dude, it's probably so dirty.
Yeah, no.
I mean, when you have something, when you build something up that much that fast, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was quick too.
He has 17 children by 4 different women.
Bro, this guy's a gangster. Are they saying that he's a gangster because they try to pretend like he isn't?
Yeah, no, they pretend like he isn't.
They're saying he's like a businessman.
Polygamy remained legal in Hong Kong until 1971.
I wonder if you were polygamist in Hong Kong at the time. Like, do you have to now pick the best one?
You have to leave 5 of them?
Yeah, do you have to pick the best one and like, sorry.
Maybe go eeny, meeny, miny, ho.
Or could you maybe could you have concubines?
Not Pansy.
Possibly?
No, not Pansy. Pansy's his daughter, but I think they're into that too.
That's something to look into.
Yeah, no, they make it like he's just a businessman.
Yeah, he's a gangster. I think it's Triad, right? That are in China.
China or China. Yeah, the Triads or the Tongs.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a gangster. That like Steve went over there because I guess they gave 3. I think the gangsters, of course, obviously wanted to partner with the major players over here.
You gotta respect the dude though, man, because he built Macau from nothing into like what it is, and he started with nothing too. So I'm like reading through his he's some link stuff. Like it's that's a pretty impressive. What's his total net worth?
It's up there. It's in the like upper billions.
He owns 19 casinos in Macau.
Yeah, I think he owns all of them. essentially he owns the whole goddamn place. To be honest with you, he partnered with a lot of people. He partnered with like Sheldon Adelson, and he partnered with Kirk Kerkorian. He partnered with a lot of people, and then his daughter got the rest of them. And then somehow he closed in on them. But they're all going to be worth a fuck ton more when they start using their GPUs, which they're doing now. They're converting all the GPUs to be data miners.
Mm-hmm.
So every slot machine in Vegas is going to be data mining.
Oh, he's only worth 2.5 because he's divested. He's worth 2.5. I say only 2.5 billion because he's divested out to his family.
Daughter.
Yeah, his daughter, his son, and his wives.
Yeah, that makes sense though if his daughter has more, because if he gets popped or something, then.
Yep. That's exactly what it is. That's a fucking that's a gangster move right there.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, his wealth is divided amongst his daughter, his wife, and his son.
Hey, she's a gangster too. She'll just throw her fucking hat at you.
He just retired. He officially retired in June.
How old is he?
96.
Yeah, I remember he was old when he used to come out here like a lot, and he looked old. I mean, you knew it was one of those things where you knew he was old, but he didn't look old at all. But damn, 96.
Yeah, 97 now. He just turned 97.
Kirk Kerkorian's like that old too. He's fucking super rich.
He had a stroke in 2009, and then that's when he started like breaking his stuff up, and then he just finally divested himself entirely.
Yeah, mark my words. When the story's over, you'll all see that this dude's like probably the biggest gangster in the world at this point.
Yeah, there's like one line in here. Ho's alleged ties to Chinese organized crime have also been reported by the New Jersey Division of Gaming Enforcement.
And they would know, right?
Yeah, when the state investigated his ties to American casino operator MGM Mirage.
Yeah, with there was a whole thing that was going down. They found out that the CEO, or no, the president basically of MGM Mirage, not the owner, but the guy that's like next down.
Also, it's definitely all Pansy Ho at this point.
She's got everything. She partnered with MGM Mirage. I'm gone now?
No, okay. Stanley Ho is now 97 years old.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah, that's what you just said.
It's all pansies now. Let's be honest there.
Yeah. She's a gangster too. Don't let it fool you.
Yeah.
I think a lot of these
2.5 billion though.
Go ahead.
MGM Mirage, MGM Resorts International, which is the official, they own like everything major in Vegas now. Bellagio, Mandalay, MGM, the Mirage, and then they also own the National Harbor in Maryland, MGM Springfield in Massachusetts, Destination Resorts in Detroit, New Jersey.
Yeah. They own one whole side of the street on the Strip, and then like they're starting to buy up all the other shit on the other side. And then what's the other one that owns it? Caesars owns the rest of the stuff, or Harrah's?
I don't know.
Big money, man.
I'm gonna figure that out.
I mean,
Sheldon Adelson owns the Venetian.
It's definitely her though, because her net worth is over twice what Stanley's is.
Yeah, he's sheltering that shit for sure.
Now, MGM Mirage owns a majority interest in MGM China Holdings. So they own a big chunk of the Macau stuff too.
Yeah, they're partners.
Pansy Ho owns 29% of MGM Grand Macau.
Yeah, she partnered with them. But I don't think MGM Mirage owns any more than like 50%. I don't think. I think there's another partner in there somewhere. It might be the guy from Australia, Packard, Kerry Packard's kid. They, I think they went in with them. It's weird. It's a weird. It's like Monopoly. It's like real life Monopoly out here. Like watching
do you guys in Vegas make fun of people that live in Reno? Like,
oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because it looks like Vegas threw up, and that's Reno.
Yeah.
At least the people in Reno know they're shit people.
Right.
People in Vegas think they're the fucking Kennedys.
Currently, MGM owns 50%. Pansy Ho owns 21%.
So what's the rest of it?
The other 29 is undisclosed.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's Putin.
Yep. That's the mob.
That's Putin. Putin owns that.
Oh, here's what MGM Mirage owns in Vegas. They own the Bellagio, the Circus.
No, they own everything now.
The Excalibur, the Luxor, Mandalay Bay, MGM Grand, the Mirage, New York, Park MGM. They own the T-Mobile Arena and the Las Vegas Festival Grounds.
Yeah, that's down by the. It's not even up yet. It's where like the Life is Beautiful.
Yeah, and they own
Rock and
the
Rio.
Borgata in Atlantic City.
Beau Rivage.
They own Gold Strike and Tunica. Yeah, Beau Rivage and Biloxi. I've been there, actually. I've stayed there before.
They try to pay me a lot of money to go down there, too. That scared me as well.
Dude, Biloxi. Actually, Biloxi's not, that wasn't that bad.
When did he go?
It was
Biloxi,
2009.
Pascagoula, Alabama.
Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Pascagoula.
Yeah, Pascagoula's down there.
Tuscaloosa too.
Yeah, but Biloxi's actually, it wasn't that bad. Now I was there doing storm restoration after.
Okay, that's when I was there.
It was like a decade ago.
Yeah, no, I went in like 2009, 8 maybe. I was in Biloxi doing mission bullshit work, restoring houses.
They sent my aunt down to open that place, and she called me and she wanted me to come down there to help her open it. And she said that a lot of the people that work there, it's the first job they have that they are forced to wear shoes.
Okay. I mean, everyone I met down there is wonderful people. But.
Yeah, it's a big gambling place. Tunica and Biloxi.
Yeah.
That's fascinating. They also have a huge Air Force base there too.
Mm-hmm.
They're not huge, but used to be. Is it Northrop Grumman who's there? There is an airplane military airplane manufacturer that's there too.
I only know Tuscaloosa, Alabama from that Sublime song. It's Tuscaloosa, Alabama. So that's all.
Yeah, I ended up staying in Biloxi a bunch and then flying out of Pascagoula.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't know, man. It just seems weird. Like anywhere is weird. Vegas is weird as fuck to me. I grew up in the Bay Area. Coming out here was super weird. But
and Vegas is pretty weird.
Yeah,
it's not a bad weird. It's just
no. The locals here are weird as fuck, dude. They lived like, it's like they were they're either cowboys or like mobsters. That's like all that was here for a long time, and then like in the late '90s, it just blew the fuck up, and it's weird. It's a weird spot. It's cheap as fuck though. Say that.
What, Vegas?
Yeah, to live here. Super cheap. I was living in Oakland when I moved here. It was like $2,200 in like '98.
Yeah.
For like a 1-bed or 2-bedroom apartment where you couldn't go outside.
And especially you could buy there, like when the market fell out, like Vegas got hit super hard with that. Like you could buy like
still hasn't recovered
place for not that much.
Yeah, dude. When I came out, I was paying, it was $420 for a 3-bedroom apartment that was like brand new. And
really,
yeah, it was ridiculously cheap. And then it got a little bit steeper. Now it's settled in right now about like 7, 8 probably for a 3-bedroom.
Jesus.
I know. It's crazy. You know that if you buy a RV and you consider it your primary residence, that you can get a 30-year fixed 30-year mortgage on it. How funny is that?
That's hilarious.
That's great. I mean,
that's not true.
That's absolutely true. It's absolutely true. If it's your primary domain, you can get it's your house.
Mortgage.
I'm telling you.
On an RV.
I mean, I'm not doing that, but
you can.
Yeah, there's people that are in here that told me all about it because they have these big, giant fucking RVs, right? Like these humongous ones. They're like 3 stories, and comes with Will Smith.
Yeah, hold on, the baby's crying. I'll be right back.
All right. Yeah, their rent's like 38 cents. Okay. So what are you doing, Alicia? What have you been up to?
Yeah, Alicia, what you been up to? What you doing?
One of those weeks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You on your period then? Is that what that means? I don't know. Is
Hit
that
yourself
girl
a lot,
talk?
or what's going on?
No, not girl talk.
Good week, bad week? I don't.
Not a great week, man. I got
Why?
woken up at like 4 a.m. from him yelping.
At least you're woke.
Dude, it's good to be woke.
Yeah, not at 4 a.m.
Who was yelling?
Winston, my dog.
Oh.
He was like yelping.
Beat him with a fucking
Furious
newspaper.
pain.
Did he find any good like tapas joints or something?
Yeah, what's going on? Belly dancing?
I don't know. He was in his dog bed, and then he started yelping. And I
put
don't
him
know.
out of his misery.
He's a dachshund. He hurt his back or something. I don't know.
I think he's old.
He's only 5.
Yeah, put him out of his misery.
Aren't dachshunds like all back? Isn't that like all a dachshund is a back?
Yeah.
It's a head and 2 feet and a back.
Yeah.
He's like
See, that's more.
He's all back. He is all back.
He's bringing sexy back.
And a neck. He's all back. But yeah.
My back and my neck.
He I don't know. He like.
Would you step on him?
And no.
Oh.
I was asleep in my bed.
Maybe you're sleepwalking. I don't know.
And like. No, I don't know what he did, but I took him to the vets and they gave him a bunch of medication.
Oh, anything good?
I was like, all right, painkiller, nerve
blocker,
anti-inflammatory.
What's the painkiller they give dogs? It doesn't get you high though. Trust me.
Okay.
It looks like it could.
I don't know. It doesn't actually.
It's like it's called Proline or something like that.
It just. Oh no. Dude, stop.
Yeah, that would be irritating.
Tramadol.
Yeah, that's real. That's people shit.
Tramadol.
Right
yeah, he gets a very small amount, but he's on it right now, so he's a little bit more active. But
probably feels better.
Yeah,
it doesn't get no high.
I enjoy tramadol. It'll get you high if you took enough of it.
Yeah, well, Soma's ever taken like 15.
I'm not gonna take my dog.
I feel like that's pretty much everything. It's like it'll get you high if you take enough of it.
Well, no, because
believe.
Tramadol is interesting because it was introduced to market because it's technically not an opioid, right? But it's an effective pain reliever. Exactly.
It's a synthetic opioid, yeah.
Your body metabolizes it into an opioid, but you have to take like a pretty decent amount of it to start getting like the opioid effects. But I had surgery and I was going back and forth between like my surgeon and my regular doctor, like getting scripts for like Percocets and stuff between both of them. And then finally my surgeon was like, you can't do this. Like, I guess the pharmacy like checked on it with something or whatever and was like, hey, he's getting all of these scripts from 2 different doctors and the same thing.
That's why you're supposed to get them sent to different places, man.
No, you do, but they still have an international fucking setup where if you get them filled at one place, you can't get them filled at another. It's all fucked up. They fucked it all up, man.
So he was like, I can't give you any more. Like, you can't have any more Percocets. So he gave me like it was like 90 Ultram, which is like the name brand tramadol with like 4 refills on it, and I could go back and just keep getting more from them. So like, it was a good time. Not really. I thought it was a good time at the time.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens. That's what my doctor got me fucked up, man. I thought it was great. You know what I mean? At the time, but like I had a doctor. He's doing 84 months right now. He got caught with 20,000 Roxys in his car, but he was, he had ghost patients that were coming in, like, and they were coming in with IDs, and he's just writing them to these IDs. And if they could take him and get that's a good little scam they got going there, but he got busted by the feds. But he was giving me, listen to this shit. Listen to what he was giving me every month. He was giving me 240 Percocet, 240 Lortab, 10s, right? 60, 80 milligram oxys, 60 milligrams, 60 or 30, I can't remember what they were, but they were the morphine sulfate, the MS content. 120 Somas, 120 Blue Xanax. He kicked that down to 60 of the 2 milligram ones.
This sounds like a rap song. Is this the refrain? Is this the refrain in a rap song?
No, listen, I'm telling you. Listen,
downers, we got them all.
Listen. No, not yet. He was giving me 60, 30 milligram Adderall, and also 65 milligram Adderall that he initially gave me that I said was not strong enough. So he kicked me up to the 30s, and he left the 5s on there still. I literally would walk in, I'd pay $100, and he would hand me the paper. I mean, not him, but his nurses would hand. I didn't see the doctor for 3 years. I didn't see his face for 3 years. The week before he got busted, I saw his face, and he was shaking and shit. He's like, "Did anybody say anything to you?" And he's like questioning, like seeing what was going on. But he was like absolutely like overwriting for everybody. He's doing time in the, he's doing time right now. He lost his license. Look him up. His name's Dr. Bruce, Dr. Victor Bruce.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
That's an easy $3,000 every month. Dude.
Oh yeah, it was. Shit, you should have seen when I went up to I almost had to get a job. When I went up, this shit was wrapped in yellow tape. I was like, oh my god, oh it's so bad. But it took like
that's a bit.
Yeah, it's crazy. Crazy,
well,
but like
I'm sure he rated really highly on
look him up.
Yeah, have your dog yelp him.
Scale.
Swan Lake Medical, Dr. Victor Bruce.
So there was this hospital when I went to get my wrist fixed after I broke it. The doctor, they kept trying to prescribe me oxys, and I was like, I don't need any more of those. Like, stop taking them. Don't give me any more scripts for that. Like, I don't need that. And they're like, no, but we're gonna give it to you anyway because we get rated on pain management.
Yeah.
Like that's straight up
that's
what they
exactly
said.
it.
Well, that used to be overprescribed.
Yeah, I'm like, but I just told you I'm not in enough pain for oxys. Like,
well, you know
I
what?
don't need them.
They put that because OxyContin.
He said, wow, you're in so much pain, you're delusional.
Yeah, you have no idea what you even need, lady.
Holy shit. She needs oxys.
That's why there's that lawsuit going against Merck for that kind of stuff like that, because they had all of the doctors over prescribing pain medication, even when it wasn't indicated, either by the actual.
When your patient tells you, no, I don't need this prescription, like it's a painkiller that I do not need. It's one thing if it's like,
they want you out
I
of
don't
it.
know, medication that's like meant to save your life and you're refusing to take it or something.
Yeah.
It's another when it's for pain management and you're not in any pain and you're saying I don't need it because I'm not in any pain.
And they want you out of there because you're a problem. That's what it is.
Just
they
along.
They want you either too high to not know what the fuck's going on, or they want you gone. Because what they're doing is
part of it too is they got tired of dealing with people saying that their pain wasn't being managed effectively. So then it was swung the other way from like the mid 90s through the early 2000s. Through like 2010 was overprescribed for everything.
After the 80s, when they got the urban areas hooked on crack and all that other shit, flying in from South America, whatever, they've needed to figure out how to get suburban housewives hooked on something. And they did it with the oxys. The minute those oxys went away with the time release, because OxyContin means continuous release, right?
Yep.
They fixed that. They had to fix that because of that lawsuit that came out. They had to put the time release gel on the inside. Well, nobody could like break it down anymore. So then they came out with the Roxy, the oxycodone, the instant release. And when those came out, fucking forget it. Forget it. That was the end. And then they stopped. And then the pharmacies stopped letting you get it because of what you were saying. And then the Sinaloa cartel came in.
My friend's mom is actually a part of that lawsuit.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, the OxyContin lawsuit, because she was one of the first patients to get it, where they actually specifically told you, like, this is not addictive. Like, they told her this is not addictive.
They said that it wasn't addictive?
They told her it wasn't addictive. Like she was like rescued a bunch of children from like this fucking canopy thing that was about to like fall on a bunch of kids, and like during the process of like grabbing the canopy, like the wind blew it and it like tore all the muscles in her side and her shoulder, and so she went on oxys during the recovery, and like she never got off of them. And so she's a part of that first lawsuit, and like I don't know. I'm sure that when she gets that money, that's all gonna end up going to the oxys anyway, because she's still addicted. Like,
well, she's still addicted. She hasn't gone to. Pretty much everyone that I know that was addicted to oxys or Roxys. Roxys was the one where it really started hitting when it was instant release and everyone was just really went nuts on it. Everyone went to heroin. That's when I had to get out of the game. But like most people now are like, you know what I mean? Because think about it.
Sounds like a bitch move to me, Graham.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying I didn't partake for a little while, but, you
bitched out, boy.
Yeah, I quit.
That's lack of dedication. That's what I hear.
I mean, all right, I never quit. That's bullshit. Banging heroin every day.
Yeah, I know. I've seen the walls to your camper.
You haven't. It's not a camper, asshole. It's like a fucking tour bus, and you keep calling it a camper.
All right.
You make it sound like it's a.
I've seen the inside of your trailer.
It's not a trailer, dude. Like, I hate the way you talk. I hate how you make it sound like it's like a double wide.
Call it a motorhome.
It's not a motorhome either. It's like it looks.
Does it have an engine?
Yes.
Is it a home?
Well, it's on wheels.
It's like a rock star.
It's a house.
Yeah,
it's a house with an engine.
Yeah, it's a home on wheels.
Home.
I got a home on wheels.
It's certainly not a recreational vehicle.
It's a tin can that someone decided to put a bed in.
No, it's not. It's actually like. All right, that's accurate.
Is it an Airstream? I really hope.
I want one, dude. The Airstreams are dope. I said there's a lot of those here. If you saw where it was, you'd be, it's not anything like you're picturing. I promise you that.
I think it is. I think it's exactly like I'm picturing.
Ask Dave and ask Dave, Chiba, and I got a picture of it. I showed you guys the one I'm getting ready to get. The one with the garage. Then I'd be able to get to 7-Eleven.
Yeah, I've seen the one that you're trying to get if you ever make money again.
You're right. I don't.
Yeah.
I absolutely don't. I make no money. You're right.
That thing's fucking stupid.
No.
That thing is stupid
There's
expensive.
There's a couple of them here. Yeah, but you can get a 30-year mortgage on it.
Oh, yeah, you'll be dead within 30 years.
Yeah, fuck you think? Yeah. I'm not even going to pay back 1 year. What are they, crazy? What are they going to do? Fucking repo it? I'll be driving it. You're going to repo my house? Catch me, motherfucker. I don't think it comes with that Ferrari, though, or whatever that is.
I don't know.
There's a couple of those here, though.
We'll have to see.
That's like what the ones that are like around me look like.
Why don't you buy that trailer and we'll take a look?
No, I don't want to get that one. I think that one's too much. It's like, I don't know. There's some around here though that have those garages. Not like that. Not that like bat wing thing that flips out, but the one I think that comes with like celebrity. You ever seen Will Smith?
I've seen Will Smith. Yes.
Have you seen his the RV he takes on like movie sets with him?
No.
It's ridiculous, dude. It's like viewing rooms and it's like 3 stories, 3 stories.
Oh, that reminds me, man. That you posted that one travel RV with the car in the bottom.
Yeah, that's the one I'm looking to get.
I was like, that's got to be Photoshop, and I went and looked it up, and I was like, oh, that's a real fucking thing.
No, that's a real thing. There's a couple of them here like that. Not that one or that car at all.
So like when you fucking load your tiny ass little car into it, probably a Miata, knowing you.
No, have you seen it?
No,
it's probably a fucking Hugo, knowing him.
Wait,
no, he doesn't even have a car because he can't go to fucking 7-Eleven to give me my money.
Right, because I don't have a fucking garage on my RV. That's why I need to get that.
But do you need a garage?
Buy a
bike.
I have a car. Most people just hook it up to a hitch and trail it behind them.
Do you really need a garage? I don't have a garage.
No, I don't.
To necessitate a garage.
You also don't have wheels on your house.
No, I don't. But I don't need a garage, and I just busted through my window of like that much ice over my car. I don't have a garage.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
You don't need a garage.
I don't have a garage, and I don't have a car that has defrost.
Ooh.
So, I mean, okay. So,
get a canopy for your car.
No, so the Civic.
I'm in an apartment.
So the Civic, the AC went out. The AC went out last summer, like I mentioned on the Civic.
It's not communal.
We're just having a conversation right over you.
Yeah. So the Civic, the AC went out last summer, and for some reason, this model of Civic, when I turn on the defrost, I can't turn on defrost without turning on the AC.
It's probably
overworked it.
Yeah, like my AC pump didn't like burn out; it seized up. So it's essentially just sandpaper on my serpentine belt. I already had to replace my serpentine belt once because I didn't notice the AC turned on and it stopped squeaking. So I don't have defrost and I won't have AC come the summer. And the GTI that I'd been driving because it had AC and I could get up to like 60 miles an hour before it got into too high of RPMs that I was comfortable with. So I started losing third gear on that bitch now. So I got 2 fucking junk cars that I got to get rid of before I go to Germany that just completely it sucks.
I'll take it.
It sucks. I don't have AC. Is the gist of this, and I can't defrost in the winter.
Like it's less that it would.
I think there's people that specialize in that.
Okay, wait, in Georgia, you need AC.
Yeah, you definitely need AC down here, dude.
There is people that do that, right?
It's more concerning that whole pulley is seized. That's what you got to get fixed first.
Yeah, I think you get a car.
But like getting the fucking the problem is no one's willing to like just replace the AC pump. They're like, we got to do the lines and the fucking.
You got to go to a mechanic.
And I'm like, no, motherfucker, just do the pump. Just replace the fucking pump.
That's what they call.
Dude,
why don't you do it? Just look it up on YouTube.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I'm honestly like.
I mean, if that guy at the Jiffy Lube.
Everything I've done with my Civic is 80,000 times easier than any vehicle I've done. And I've done everything on other cars other than like an engine swap. You can probably do it. And
of course you can do it. Look at the guy that works at Jiffy Lube that can do it. I mean, come on. Come on.
Okay, today.
Oh man.
I mean, I rewired a car for fun. But like even
fuck that. I don't get into wiring. I don't fucks with wiring. I don't fucks with
it's
electronics.
They do in Detroit though. They burn your house down so they can get.
Yeah, no, I totally set that car on fire. It was great.
Let's say that. That's what they do to the houses there. They need that copper wire.
I mean, dude, I bought it for like $400 and got a year out of it. I didn't give a shit at that point.
Oh, you got like
a subs.
Like a burner?
Yeah.
I've had like Datsun 510s that I just left by the side of the road. That was it. Cashed out. Sorry.
No, that was my dream car at the time because it was a Geo Tracker. No, it was a Geo Tracker, and I wanted a Geo Tracker because it's the stupidest fucking car in the world. And eventually, I wanted to kill it by running it into a tree and just leaving it in a forest while setting it on fire.
And you did?
Close enough.
That's rad. I like the idea of setting.
There you go. See, I should do that with the GTI. Well, actually, my sister's boyfriend wants to buy it, but like, dude, the engine's perfectly. It runs fucking clean as long as you don't put it into gear. Like the transmission's fucked, but it runs fucking clean.
As long as you don't put it into gear.
Yeah, it runs fucking clean. Like okay.
Put that on the paper.
No. In reverse, it gets all fucked up. It starts spitting and sputtering because like, I don't know it won't engage neutral in reverse if I hit the brakes. It'll try and stay in gear in reverse and fucking stall.
Maybe it's shy.
So if I fucking push it out of my driveway and then just put it in drive and drive away, it drives fine until I get up to like 45 and then I can't shift.
Do not put that in the paper when you're trying to sell it.
Dude, fuck it. I just want to sell it for like
I get it.
Engine because
I get it.
But I could get like 1,200 for it. It's got a clean body. It's got a engine that runs perfectly fine. It's an unmodified engine on a fucking enthusiast car.
You got to find a guy that wants to live in your car.
My sister's boyfriend wants to buy it, and then like she texted me and she was like, he doesn't want to pay $800 for the amount of work he'll put into it, and I'm like, sorry, like I can get $800 if I just fucking scrap the car.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm giving him a homie hookup.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
Like if he doesn't want to pay $100, then fine, I'll just fucking send it to a junkyard and get the fucking scrap cost. Like, I'm not going to give you a running car for $500. I'm sorry.
Well, that's not very nice. 500, I'll take it.
No, I'm not fucking selling a car for. I'm not doing that. No, he said 800 was too much, and like, where do you want me to go from 800? Like, how much do you want to? How much is my sister gonna pay for this car? For you?
Exactly.
Nah, man.
Your sister pays for everything for him?
Not about it. I don't know. I don't know their dynamic. I don't spend enough time with my sister to really know the dynamic. I don't care.
Never sell a car that cheap because otherwise I'm just gonna buy it to blow it up.
Not trying to pry into your family, man. Just wondering.
Like it's a running car should never go for under 500, for under like 800 because you can. You can sell that to someone who owns the same car and needs to fix the engine for more than 800.
It's like a locked iPhone.
Dude, no, that's what my family did forever. Was they just bought 3 of the same car and just left them as parts cars.
Yeah,
just 3 PT Cruisers in the driveway.
No,
yeah,
3 pussy thrashing cruisers.
Sweet ass fucking wood panels.
Because if you drove a PT Cruiser, there's no way you weren't slaying puss.
Killing it in the back.
Fucking crushing it. The pussy panels. Thrasher.
Oh, you stepped up to the HHR for the wood panels.
No, the HHR was some bitch shit.
You know what? Though, I will say, if the PT Cruiser had been like, if it had been on like the full size platform, it's the neon platform. I don't.
Have you ever driven one?
Much fun about it. I don't think we would have made as much fun of it.
Have you ever driven one?
If it had been on like the.
No, because the PT Cruiser was going for like that look, but it didn't have anything to back it up. It did not have. It was a 4-cylinder, and then you could get like the sport model, whatever, that had a turbo, and like that was it. But like if they had put it on like the full size platform that like the 300M was on back then, or
I'm trying to think what other cars Dodge and
Chrysler
was using right then.
No, I was thinking Dodge. Like put the Hemi engine they put in the hatchback.
I was going to just put it if they had like if they had like an actual like 6-cylinder engine in it and it was bigger, like I think it would have been a fantastic vehicle because it like the styling,
like the Chevy Impala engine, like
for sure, the 350,
37 or whatever.
I can't think of any other car that screamed "I slay puss" than the fucking.
My dad had
the Pontiac Aztek.
Oh, the Aztek was a mom car.
You can't talk shit about the Aztek though. After
dude, it had a 10
after Breaking Bad. Yeah.
Or the Pontiac Vibe, was it?
Hold on one second. It had a.
That's just the Toyota. The Pontiac Vibe and the Toyota Matrix are the same car.
Yeah. So the Lexus is just Toyota too, right?
No, it was right around the same. It had like the same. The Vibe had like the same body as the Aztek, just on a fucking.
Just smaller.
Yeah.
Did you say it had a tent?
It didn't look as weird. Like it wasn't like it was like choppy weird as the Aztek was. The Aztek was just bad design.
Can we talk about a car that flew under the fucking radar as a fucking banger? The Nissan Xterra.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's just named cool.
That shit flew under the radar so hard.
It was just the Pathfinder. They stopped making the Pathfinder and they made the Xterra during that period, and then they kept the Xterra and brought the Pathfinder back.
Yeah, and then it dropped. I don't know. I've never liked Nissan.
Didn't they have like an inline 5 too? Like they had like a weird engine in it.
Yeah. Well, like if it's an off-road engine, it better have an inline.
But the Xterra too, that was the only I think that was the only 2-door SUV that you could still get because they made like a 2-door version of it for a long time, and like they had quit making because they used to make 2-door Tahoes and 2-door Yukons, and they quit making those. But like the Xterra, so I don't know why you would want a 2-door SUV, but they made them.
Well, because you would go in that one truck that came with like a half of a fucking bed. You know that shit.
That was the Aztek.
Oh God. Oh, is that? And it had a tent.
Yeah, that was the Aztek.
When you open up the hatch, you could put
a tent package in it. Yeah,
you could have a tent come down.
I don't know, man.
It was a neat idea. Like it was supposed to be for like a young, sporty, like outdoorsy life. Same thing with like the Honda Element, right? They put all these design features in for like outdoorsy, sporty, like young people, and then young people didn't buy them at all because they looked terrible.
They looked terrible, but it was also like
the gas guzzlers.
No, you still want that if like for sporty stuff. You know, you want to go up to the mountains and backpack.
They don't. They want Priuses.
No, not the sporty crew.
There is no sporty crew. That's what they failed to realize. Was it? You don't see many people doing any outdoorsy things. They're all on fucking Facebook and Meet Me.
Yeah, every time I'm on a Reddit thread and there's like 10 people talking about, I went for a hike and I'm hiking. I was doing this when I was on a hike, and I'm like, who the fuck are these people going on hikes?
Like,
everyone.
Know,
and people are like, oh yeah, I went on a hike and I smoked a bowl, or I went on a hike and we got there, ate some acid.
That's really weird.
If Reddit's any indicator, these fucking trails are packed.
Yeah.
Well, you go on.
Everybody's like, I went on a hike or what? I'm like, a hike sounds like like that doesn't sound
like the fucking Appalachian Trail probably looks like Times Square.
A 4-hour walk by yourself. Dude,
no,
it's fantastic.
Do you know what that means? It means like getting lost. That's what the fuck is happening there.
Exactly.
The unnecessary loss, getting lost, and exercising for no fucking reason.
But when you're a 20-year-old, that's exactly what.
No, dude, I don't think they're doing it.
So you
I fucking did that bullshit
on Tinder and all these sites. Every single girl says that she's into hiking. I'm into hiking, and I'm a sociopath or whatever the fuck that's. So you know what a sociopath is? This is another thing you should look into. Yeah,
it's someone who likes slush too much.
No, it's worse than that. It's someone that's turned on by talk. It's the worst of all time. They need to be talked to in a certain way. Sapiopath, I think is what they call them.
Well, wait, Colt.
One of those, sapiopath and hiking.
What up, Jerry?
I'm not interested.
Didn't you want a sidekick? Were you the one who wanted a Suzuki sidekick?
A sapiopath.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the phone. I'm like, why the fuck would I want a sidekick?
Imagine.
Let me see the sidekick.
Sapio.
Oh no! The fucking Geo Tracker,
the other one,
the Sammy boy.
You wanted the Samurai.
Sammy.
They're still basically the same thing.
No, dude, the Samurai is fucking.
Samurai's cooler.
No, the Samurai is a fucking.
Oh, the Samurai is the fake Jeep. Yeah.
I want a car that comes with purchase.
Bro, you can drive that thing through a fucking middle school and not have any damage to it.
Yeah.
The Samurai is a goddamn tank.
you did the right thing with the Sidekick, you could do whatever you wanted with that, which is stupid.
True. Hometown hero.
Sidekick, Geo Tracker. Like, that's the crazy part. This car hasn't been made in 20 plus years at this point. I think, what, 2022 or 23? There's still custom manufacturers that make, like, gigantic, like, 2-inch steel plates for the bottom, along with lift kits just for taking these things like rock climbing.
Dude, the Sammy is like a rock climbing monster.
No, yeah, so is the Sidekick. Like, they do it for both of them. It's crazy to me. These cars haven't been made in 20, 30 years, but they're still, like, super hardcore, like, mod places,
dude,
like, custom made for them.
Talk about a fucking enthusiast car. The Suzuki Sammy. God damn.
What, not a fan of the Zooks?
No,
Matthew?
none of those.
Ah, dude, I loved mine.
No, the Isuzu Amigo, any of those.
I love the Zooks.
No, they're terrible. It's a terrible vehicle. I'm amazed.
They were, but that's also I'm saying I loved mine because I bought mine for like $400.
I'm amazed they passed like the crash. I guess like the crash stuff wasn't as stringent back then. There's no way that car would pass like crash safety standards in the U.S. now.
Oh, nowadays, no. God, no. You could Okay, mine. I ran out of gas one time. I got out of my car and let this like 4'10" girl push it, and she just put it in neutral, and she could push it anywhere. That's how light and piece of shit those things were.
Mm-hmm. You know, actually,
no, she had a low center of gravity, so she was able to push it easier.
That helped.
True, she could push it.
It helped a lot. Yep.
Yeah.
That's what did it. If you'd have got out, you'd have been just burning rubber.
Oh no, I could. Yeah,
you'd have fucked up your Nikes.
It's hilarious.
Sorry, you would have fucked up your etnies, boy.
I got bad knees, man.
Not to turn this into a car discussion or anything, but I just have to say, like, I am so disappointed in the new Toyota Supra. Like, it's not even funny.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I haven't seen it other than the stupid Super Bowl commercial.
It's a BMW Z4 with a Supra skin on it, with a Supra body on it.
No, with the Toyota FRS body on it.
Like a little bit chunkier version of that, like a little bit tougher looking version of that. But it only comes in like a small, like the engine's like it's a small 6. It's only like 370 horsepower or something like that. But it starts at $50,000, and it is not offered in a manual. And right now they don't have any plans to offer it in manual. It's paddle.
Oh no, fuck the Supra. Okay.
It's paddle shift only. But it's a Toyota skin built on a BMW frame with a BMW engine.
No, if you can't buy it in manual, what the fuck are you on about?
I have no idea who this car is designed for. Like my dad and I were talking, and he was like, "Well, maybe it's for the people that remembered the Supra fondly when they were young."
It's like all the people who bought
money and stuff. I'm like, but this goes completely against the whole point of the Supra was the 2JZ engine that you could do anything you wanted to. Like, it was open for customization. Like, this is being sold as a finished product that you can't do shit to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the
at
fucking.
This point, just go buy an FRS.
No, it's like the new Civics, dude. Like, the Civic was a car that you could do anything to. And it was cheap, and it fucking lasted long. And now Civics are fucking garbage monsters.
Yeah.
I don't want to say they're garbage monsters. You can't.
I like this. I like the styling of the new. Like, I like the new Honda styling of the Civic sedan and the new Accord, like the Sportback kind of thing. But ever since Mercedes brought that back with the CLS 550 like 10 years ago with that like that shooting brake like saloon like Sportback kind of thing, and now like everybody's doing it, which I'm happy about because I think it's a good look.
Yeah, that's kind of disappointing, especially for
that price. It starts at 50. Like, you know, you're not getting it.
I'm paying 50 grand. It is 50-50, so I hope that's true. But why at the same time, why do I want a 50-50 automatic?
You guys want to know my dream car?
Manual all the way.
1985 Pontiac Fiero. Let's go.
Oh my god! I was just gonna mention like Fiero.
Okay, Dad.
Body kit on them. No, you body kit that shit and you drop a Cadillac engine into it.
No, there you go. That's the only car besides the PT Cruiser that screams "I slam puss." More than
that
the PT
that
Cruiser.
car screams
The
I slam
fucking-
fucking boost.
The fucking Pontiac Fiero, 1985. You can't roll up to a party without panties dropping.
That
No
was-
doubt.
Seriously, no,
Let me
Drop
find
that
you the shop.
Cadillac engine in there. Get the body kit for like whatever fucking car you want. They have every kind of body kit for those things, and that thing will fly because they're so lightweight. They're dangerous though.
Fuck all that. It was made perfect. You don't need to swap anything. It's
I mean,
a
it was
fucking
built off
Pontiac
the-
Fiero.
It was built off the MR2, right? It was like built with Toyota, like off the MR2
I have no
platform.
idea.
Yeah, they were neat cars. They just didn't sell any. That's what I call
All I know is that it's a marvel of American engineering.
Dude, okay, I gotta find this. This place better still be open.
the rear
Sit
engine.
there and
Okay, no, where a place I used to
make
live
it look
growing
like a
up.
Mercy logo or whatever it is.
Yeah, no, there's shit
Yeah.
cars in my opinion. Sorry.
There's like Ferrari
They're-
kits for them
yeah.
too.
Oh no, there are. No, growing up until I was about 7, I lived in this super little tiny country bumpkin town in Michigan. There used to be a place here or there called Fiero's Forever, and they just bought and resold every shitty fucking Fiero you could ever think of. Like seriously, it was just there was fucking
great
50
investment.
of them outside of it. Yeah.
Great
But
investment.
think about it. Like you can sit there and have a car that runs like I don't know, a fucking Lambo. Looks like a Lambo, but it's a Fiero, so you're not paying the same.
Yo, Dent,
Insurance.
They don't run like a Lambo.
Dent,
No,
you
no,
don't
no,
you don't
you
need
don't.
electronics in a fucking Fiero.
Trust
All right,
me,
it's a
I've
fucking
driven
Fiero.
them many a times because my uncle
Yeah.
had one. They do
have to
not
put
drive
the
like
right engine in it.
Lambos.
You gotta
Look
put the
like
right
Soldier Boy.
engine in it. You gotta
The
put the right
fuck?
shit on it. It'll look and sound like a Lambo.
It will not.
It may not drive like one.
It most certainly will not.
Yeah,
Everyone's gonna go, "You're the asshole with the
Look like a
Fiero with a Lamborghini."
She's the kind of
Even-
person.
even-
She's the kind of person that takes the sticker off a 300C and puts a fucking Bentley emblem on the front.
Yeah, but leaves the sticker on the mattress.
She's that kind of asshole.
I don't even have a car, guys.
We know.
Oh,
I
you're
live in
such
New
a
York.
cool new age millennials. We don't
No.
have cars.
No,
Listen, that's ironic.
No, I don't have a car
hipster.
because there's nowhere to park it.
Yep.
That shit'll get broken into constantly.
You
And
live by Jews.
like,
Yeah,
everywhere is public transportation. I literally walk around the corner. I can hop on a bus or hop on a subway.
Oh,
Like,
thank God it closed.
My sister has a car living in New York City. She pays $700 a month for a parking space.
Not next to
yeah,
close to
it's
buses.
fucking expensive. It's almost
Yeah.
as much as
She needs it for
People's
like the only reason
Yeah.
she went for like 15 years without a car in the city, but then for her, because she owns her own like jewelry making business, and she travels to a ton of stuff, and she has to take like all her display cases and stuff. So she finally got to the point where she's like, I need a vehicle. It's more convenient than renting cars all the time and stuff. So she finally broke down and did it. But it's 700. Like the best parking space she could find is $700 a month, which is crazy. That's rent for Graham.
Yeah.
and my brother-in-law
Rent? That's like 19 months of payment.
lives out in New York, and she's got a car because she was originally in like Philly suburbs, and she's like, I'm not gonna park this car out here, so she just leaves it at his house, like all the way down in Philly. She's like, if I need the car, I'll take a train down, get the car, and go wherever I'm driving to. But she doesn't want a car, even though she has one. Like, I'm like, just sell it.
Mhm.
No point in keeping it. It's a Civic. It's like a 1998 Civic or something.
They'll run forever.
Yeah, they will.
All right, well, that's the show. I guess we're
Yeah.
done. Yeah, we're probably
Oh.
done. We're done. Fuck it. I don't have anything else to talk about. The
All
Fiero's
right.
perfect. The Super Bowl sucked. State of the Union wasn't actually terrible. Had some fucking weird shit, like the people chanting USA and that lady in the front row. Just
That lady's a fucking trooper. I love that lady. Now I watched her 3 times. I liked that the under part of her arm wasn't swinging. She pulled that
no,
off.
if you do just straight up and down,
Yeah.
it doesn't swing. It's when you start. It's when you
When you get
start.
some lateral
Yeah.
motion in there.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
side to side.
That's when it
Yeah.
goes. Yeah.
It's the Cabbage Patch that makes it,
It's
not raise
like-
the roof.
Yeah, it's like she knew. Like she'd
She
done
knew.
that before. She maybe starts
Oh,
waves.
dude, that's
She
her
probably
fucking
practiced it in the mirror before.
bro. That's
Yeah,
her
for sure.
fucking go-to.
I don't like it.
That is her
But I
go-to
do.
150%, dude.
Her husband starts waves. At, you know what I mean? Like, there's those kind of people.
Oh, at like a children's dance recital.
Yeah, the wave at the place where the wave shouldn't be. Oh,
yeah, they do the wave in inappropriate places. That's the type of people she is.
Yeah.
All right, but that's the show, guys. Hope you had a good one.
When are you gonna come on Stopgap? The hell is that?
Have a good night. We'll see you next week, maybe. I don't know. Depends.